Hello, you beautiful people, past, present, and yes, for those of the future, welcome back to another huge grinding stream. We are going to try to reach level 35 today. As you can see from the information right up above, we are 57 hours into this challenge. We need about 16,000 experience, and we have a little under 3,400, or 34, what am I saying? 5,400, a little under 5,400, what's it called? It's called something. That's what it is. The word's right there, and I just can't read. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I don't know how many remaining experience we had from the last session, but hopefully it'll just give us a little bit of an edge here. Okay, we started off with one experience last time. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. That's cool. That's dandy. Da 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 da. Poke. Poke. Get over here. Hey, we got a health potion. Health potions are pretty cool. Boom. Alright, there we go. Here we go today. Boom! Oh. Dang it. Boom! I gotta remember what the camera toggle is. There we go. It's R2. Okay, or L2, excuse me. Camera toggles are going to be very important for this. That way I can just immediately, view the camera a certain way, so that way I don't have to keep rotating. Hey, Titan, how's it going? Only Alpaca Man can save us now. I have no idea who that is. But I have no idea who that is, Titan. Oh, come on. Get over here. Man, these goblins are just all over the place. Alright. Let's go. One dungeon out of 30-something. Oh, no, not women. No, we're not doing half dungeons anymore. Another one. We're doing the full dungeon. Da 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 da. Dang it. Okay. There we go. Luckily, we still have chims and return feathers left over, so we could just go ahead and speed right through this. Ooh, all three of them. Nice. Boom! Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go! Dun, dun. If only we had a speed charm. If only we had the speed boosting augment. Actually, what I could do since I'm not doing the rat. There we go. Boom! Warp. Easy peasy. Right to the warp gate. There we go. Alright, that takes care of the first dungeon. Still got 31 left to go. Here we go today. We will fight all these enemies today. That's all I'll say. I do not know What is going on with these lyrics I'm singing? I don't know. Yeah. So we only need about 16 more levels before this is finished. So give or take about like 16 streams, which isn't a whole lot now. Boom! Ah, beans. Okay. Alright, 49 experience already. Not too bad, not too bad. About 6 minutes into the stream, give or take, and we're already at 50 experience. That's some really good. That's some really good experience gain, I would say. So let's see if we can get above. Let's get above 500 experience before the first set of ads. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, so there's 52. Echoes in here. I missed out on an earlier stream. That's alright, Tony. You can always watch the stream. What's it called? You can watch the streams on YouTube. Yes, everything is backed up onto YouTube, so if you miss out on a stream, you can always watch it there. I do appreciate it. Yes, a birthday. Excuse me. Yes, someone had a birthday. Happy birthday, whoever that is. Ay. If only I would. Let's see. If only I would pay for the key cards. I don't know if I recommend Magia Extra will be allowed on a channel or not. If it's what I'm thinking it is, probably not. Because the name sounds familiar. I might have. Honestly, I think the name sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure it was a manga. Like I remember seeing something to that by that name in high school. So don't quote me on that. And if it's what I'm thinking of, definitely not. Definitely not. There we go. Alright, 67, not too bad. Oh, come on. Oh, no, no! Ah, stick. I hate this stick drift. I need to get a new controller. Alright. That's 2. So 67 experience in about 10 minutes. That's not too bad. That's really good. Oh, stop it. I swear, stick drift is just terrible. Terrible. Hey, we got a tornado. Tornado's always good. Hey, another health drink. We could always use those. You could do it, Haseo. We can surely get all the experience. Whew. Oh, get over here. 79. Ooh. Boop, boop. 82. Nice, nice, nice. Ah, drink time. Gotta get myself hydrated. I actually got Gatorade this time, so. So that should definitely, keep my energy up a bit. Let me tell you, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day of work. Like, see, like these last couple of days, I've actually had a little bit of an issue with my back. Had to call out. It honestly, it sucked. Like it really sucked just not being able to move around too much. Well, I could still feel my back and just kind of like the tension of it. It's not as bad as it was. And I know, my posture, it's not exactly the best when doing these streams, but at least try to get around, move around. That's kind of important, Body motion stays in motion as it is, So what? Ooh, nice. Look at you. I remember, so last stream we used about 100 or 170 ships or something to that effect. Nice, nice, nice. Boop. 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 Oh, come on. Hey, another tornado. We could always use those for trade fodder. Man, I got Haseo Hotel stuck in my head. Like, the soundtrack is just so good. Can you hear that Haseo Hotel is getting a second season, too? So, looking forward to that. 97. Nice, nice, nice. Boop. 100. Nice. Ah. Man, this stick drift is going to be the enemy. There we go. Hey, we keep getting these simple gears. We want, like, off screen, I'll sell a lot of these items that we're getting through the rankings, and then just kind of go from there. I might have to switch to my D-pad for some of the what's it called? For some of the things. Might be easier than just using the stick to control, like, the item selection. Boop. 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 103. I'm smashing up these swords so I don't get bored. That's another tornado. I don't know what rhymes with tornado. Torpedo? I think we've actually found like the perfect routing for this now. Because we're saving up so much time, with the return feather. Not to mention we, unless these goblins want to just go around all over the place. At least the swords don't move around all that much. We're doing this. We are doing this, guys. So it takes us about, I want to say like 10 to 15 minutes to get 100 experience. That's another thing about it. Yeah, we'll probably be closer to like 400 now that I think about it. Like 450, I think we were at last time. Bloop. 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 Here we go, going through this dungeon that I walked through 1,000 times, and I'll walk through this dungeon 1,000 times more. Ah, goodness. I guess I'm still not over my sneezing period. Ugh. Allergies, man, they are the worst. I think I have some tissue paper or something, you know, to blow my nose at some point. Alright. Now, let's do this. Oh, not all three. Okay, it's okay, no. It's okay. Of course, now of all times, I get an itchy and runny nose. Why must allergies affect me so? Boop, boop. Come on. Wow, I can't believe I didn't hit that one. At least we're seeing some slightly different enemies. There we go. Whomp. Da, da, da. Ba, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Wee, 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 yeah. Gosh dang allergies! Why must you torment me so? It's just like, I don't know what it is. It's just like something's itching my nose. It's so annoying. Boop. A bloop and a bloop. Yeah. Let's do this. God damn. What is itching my nose? Hey. Alright, so 150, which is not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever. Alright, luckily I got some tissue paper to blow my nose. I'm just waiting for a moment to do so. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Whoa. Alright, let's get all three of them. Woo! All three! That's nice. Oh, that's so satisfying. $160 experience so far within 20 or so minutes. Yeah, trying to get this tissue paper. Yeah. Oh, oh. Then we'll do this. Look. There we go. 166. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So come on, let's get this tissue paper just unraveled. Okay. There we go. Alright. Alright. New route, new experience. Let's go. Oh, no, I mean, not new route, but you know what I mean. More experience. Get over here. Get over here. Don't run away from me. Health training. Nice. Come on. Get over here. Are you kidding me? Man, these goblins today are just acting up. I mean, who can blame them, right? Because I am eliminating their whole population here. Gosh damn it. Alright. Excuse me, guys. Ugh. Never get sick, guys. Never have allergies. You know, just be the healthiest you can be. My allergies are just all over the place here. It's always when I'm streaming too. I'm always have allergies right as I'm starting to stream. I'm fine off stream. You know, I'm also sitting in my chair when I'm not streaming. Sometimes playing games and whatnot. It's only when I start the stream do I get my allergies. It's messed up. It's really messed up. Bop, bop. Da, da, da. Let's get all of them. Oh, no beans. They're just too far apart. Here we go. You know, I used to just get those treasure chests, but, you know, after doing this room so many times, you tend to just, you know, skip them after a while. I also went after the beast statue to try to get some money early on, but, you know, like before, just kind of a waste of time to get it at this point. Alright, so we got around 200 experience within the half hour that we've been doing this. Not too bad, not too shabby. Whoa, 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 whoa. Da, 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 da. Ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. Boop. 202. Man, I wish I could play some like actual music for you guys instead of just kind of like this background track that I have going on. But you know, kind of hard to do that when YouTube just doesn't like, you know, doesn't like you playing music from other things. Like for example, I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2, like I think it was on Monday, and YouTube gave me a copyright notice because of the in-game music for Kingdom Hearts 2. It sucks. I want to experience the game for you guys in every aspect of it, but apparently YouTube just doesn't like it when people, you know, play the music while you're playing the game. Oh, come on. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boop. Boop. And a boop. Health drink. We could always use more of those. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I still need to finish one video. I gotta work on them. The next video that I'm going to be uploading here this month will be about the keyword system of .hack. It's going to be pretty interesting. You would never guess how many combinations of words there are, like not just for iMod, but for GU as well. Like I don't want to spoil like the total number of possible locations. Doesn't mean that they are unique combinations, but more like the possibilities, like the number of possible areas that can be generated with the keyword system. It's just amazing, like the final number of it all. Poke. 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 And a poke. 226. We got plenty of chins and we got plenty of return feathers. So this is working quite nicely. That's for sure. Stop there. There we go. Bloop. Bloop. And bloop. Boop. You know, it's funny. I think outside of maybe a few visual hiccups, I think in my initial playthrough for this game, I don't think I've experienced that many glitches. You know, it's kind of interesting to see that this game is pretty finely tuned. I think since everything is area generated, there's not many things loaded into the game. So I guess, like, there's not too many. I don't even think there's, like, any usable glitches for, like, I could be wrong. I don't think there's any usable glitches for speedruns or anything like that. Ooh. There goes the back. So, that was nothing. Yeah, quite literally nothing, Haseo. You only got 3 experience. Yeah, like I said, the swords are a little bit easier to manage because they don't move around so much. The goblins, however, they move around a lot. There we go. More health drinks. We can always use them. Making sure everything's very well on that end. Yep, things go good on that end. Boop, boop. Get over here. 244. Oh, come on. There we go. At least with this current routing that I have, there's not too much time wasted. Like, I think I finally tuned, like, how to progress through the dungeon. Because, like, sticking to this wall doesn't take me as much time to get to this corridor. Seems like just sticking to the wall seems to probably be the way to go. 250. That is quite a number. Again, my goal is to try to reach the 500 mark before the start of the first set of ads, which will be in about 29 minutes, give or take. Which definitely is possible. I just have to be very fast about it. Why must I have allergies? They really, really suck. Alright, let's go. You two. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic night. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good one, sir. Thank you for joining the stream. As you can see, we are almost 3/4 of the way there. Like, we are 34 out of 50 levels. So, I'm guessing we're going to be finishing this within, I want to say, like, between 14 to 16 streams. Because I do want the last 2 levels to be, like, one big stream as a, like, a final push through everything. But we are getting there. We're getting close to the end. If only my nose weren't such a factor and, you know, just, allergies. They're so annoying. I need to keep updated. Oh, not updated. I need to keep blowing my nose. Never get sick, guys. Never have allergies. Never get sick. Be healthy all the time. That's all we ask. Again, it's always when I'm streaming. My allergies always kick in when I stream. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. Can't run a little bit sideways there. Alright. Come on, goblins. Oh, hey, 2 for 1. That's pretty lucky. Like I said, I got the routing pretty much 100%. Like, this is as fast as we're going to be able to get experience. And so far, this new route, or I mean, I say old route that I'm revitalizing, is actually quite a bit faster, I would say. Like, altogether, we would be saving about 4 hours from this challenge by doing, like, the full dungeon routing. Which is pretty nice. It is really nice. Oh, got caught on the wall. Oh, oh. You got a health drink. That's always nice. We could sell those or trade those. I'm telling you. If we ever do volumes 2 and 3, I'm gonna have so many books to use on Haseo. Because we will be able to upgrade, I want to say at least 2 weapons to max, or at least like near max, like from the rate we're going. So we got about 40 books. That means that that is at least 20 levels. We got about... So we got 5 levels into this. So we could get the twin blades up to level 15. And I forgot what the starting level is for, oh god, Edge Punisher, so I think it might be 1 as well. So we could probably put the other 10 into that, and, or, actually now that I think about it. I could probably just put it all into twin blades, so that way we could get those higher damaging skills. Because the better skills have a much better range. Might be a little bit slower. I'm gonna have to do some proper testing, but it will at least save us from having to, you know, chase after the goblins, or just kind of like make sure that the enemies are really, really close in order for us to hit on them. Excuse me. Ooh. Ooh, boop. Boop. Alright, there we go. We got this. Ooh, wee, 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 wee. Let's see if the audio is working. Yep, my audio is working. I just had to make sure my audio is working. You know, hey, I'm a 40 minutes in the stream and I'm checking audio, but yeah, this is what streaming looks like, guys. This is streaming at its perfection. You're always checking your audio. You're always checking things, this and that, and then... Oh, there we go. 2 for 1. See, 300 experience. We're not doing too bad. Like, we're at 301 experience. And we should be past 400 before we hit the ad breaks. I want to get to at least I doubt we're going to get to 500, but if we do, that's going to be great. You know, save us a little bit of time. Hey, tornado. Those are always nice. Goblin. Goblin. Here we go. Da 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 da. Alright, goblins. You know, I really should start naming all of you goblins. Oh, but then again, I'm going to be running out of names if I do that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we rename these goblins to something else other than Goblin Rookie? Should we call them something else? I don't know. Maybe you should, maybe we shouldn't. I mean... Look, you really can't help Haseo here. Look, he's trying to get to level 50 as fast as he can, so what does he do? He's got to level up in this one single dungeon. That's how it works. Kill a kill? No, I've never seen Kill a Kill. I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, group up. There we go. Haha. Nice. Group together, group together. Okay, 2 for 1. Not too bad, not too bad. That's actually pretty neat. There we go. That's a good thing I went Chimsphere hunting before the stream. I'm so glad you guys agree. Yeah, do it off stream. As long as the timer is right, you know, and, you know, I'm not getting any more experience, I think we are fine and dandy. Bloop. And bloop. 331. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, a fairy orb. We're never gonna use those. I would like the return feather though. I only doubt I'll end up getting one because of this dungeon, but it would be nice to have a return feather. Poke. 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 Alright. Come on, goblins. 340 experience. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I was hoping to get the sneak attack on all of them. Maybe 2 for 1? Yes, 2 for 1. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Drink time. I mean, so far we're making some great time. Come on. Realistically, I'm hoping for at least 450 experience by the time we get to the first break. Which, again, I think the first break's going to be started at around, like, 9:35 my time. Hey, tornado! Tornadoes are pretty cool. And down to the second layer of the dungeon. Woo! Alright. B2 floor. At least the pathing is straightforward, you know? Now, we are missing one encounter in here, but it's not really gaining us much experience. It's 3 more experience for 30 more seconds. It's not gonna do too much. Ah, beans. Oh, come on. I keep forgetting you could go into first person. But unlock an unlock where you can play the game in first person. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of useless here. Bloop. 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 Alright. Open sesame. Boop. 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 Firestorm? Okay, that's new. I mean, we haven't really got too many of those. Alright, goblins. Come here. There we go. Hey, health drink. Ooh, womp, 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 womp. Oh, come on. Here we go. I got the dead. Ooh, womp, 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 womp. Oh, come on. Alright, peaceful leading freedom. I've been in here more times than I assume every okay, maybe not every player who's played this game, but I'm pretty sure I've been in this dungeon more times than anyone should be. Excuse me. Goblin. Ah, beans. $370. And then... Oh, okay, critical. I already doing the max damage, so criticals are kind of nothing. Criticals aren't doing much of anything now. I don't even think we could get any of the higher leveled twin blades. I think this might be the highest we can get currently. I'm gonna have to check at some point. Bloop, bloop. Alright. There we go. Gonna be a little time before we get to the next enemy. Bloop. 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 Oh, okay, didn't mean to double tap him. Poke, poke. Yeah, you know we're going to complete the game as the level 50 character. Other people use cheat mode to get through the game and be at level 50. I actually put in the work, the time, the energy to get to level 50 the way the game was not meant to be played. It's a good thing to have all these gems. Bloop. Bloop. And bloop. Alright, almost 400 experience, which is not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever. Bloop. 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 Alright, we are about at 400 experience. Which is interesting, because by the time that we would get the experience beforehand, like you doing the other routes, we would just barely hit 400, like maybe a slightly above 400. Whereas now we've got about 10 minutes to spare by doing this route and just kind of going through it. It's actually really nice. Bloop. 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 Yep, there we go. There's that 400 experience. Again, doubt we're going to get to 500, but 550, 560 sounds a lot more reasonable. You know, given like how long we're doing these dungeons. Bloop. You know, now that I think about it, maybe I should just initiate combat and not have to worry about, what's it called? Like counterattacks, because Haseo kind of gets a little bit of a speed boost when initiating combat. Yeah, there is that animation at the start, and yes, you know, sneak attacks do help, but if we could just one-shot everything anyway. There we go. Because, look, Haseo gets a little bit of speed boost, and just, you know, we could just kind of do that. So many goblins, so little time. Oop. 415, not too bad, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, ads will be starting in about 5 minutes. Let's see how much we can get before then. I didn't think ads would be starting now, but oh well. At least we got over what we originally would get. Bloop. 424. Bloop. Bloop. And bloop. Alright, so at least 430 experience by the time the ads are playing. Whoomp. Alright, let's see. 3 minutes before the ads start. Let's see what we got. I'm guessing within the 3 minutes, we could probably get to about, 450. At the least, right? Hopefully. Maybe. It might be pushing. 450 might be pushing it, but we'll get close to it, at least. Yeah, it might be better just to initiate combat instead of having to wait for sneak attacks. Boom, boom. 442. Again, we're cutting it close. We are definitely cutting it close to the 450 mark. Honestly, we could probably get this last battle in, and then we'll hit a break. Yeah, so I was right, about 450 experience. Definitely a lot better than the older route. Because the older route, we would get about, I want to say maybe 405, maybe 410 if we're lucky. But now, we have almost 450 experience by doing full dungeon routes. So, definitely saving a lot of time with it. Maybe. You know, I got a minute 17, minute 15. Let me see if I can get this last enemy down here, and then hopefully, let's see. Got a minute. Got a whole minute. I got a minute. Come on. We can do this. We can get to 450 before the ads. Let's go. 50 seconds. And boop. There we go. 451 experience, a little over. Nice. Actually, hang on. We got a few seconds. Maybe. So guys, we're going to be heading on break soon, so go ahead and get yourself a snack and a nice little drink, and we'll be right back after these messages. 454. Nice. Alright guys, go ahead and get yourself a snack and a nice little drink. We'll be right back. We are back with more level grinding into you. Let's do this. Boom. Nice, nice, nice. To the door. Bloop. 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 Alright, 460. Not too bad, not too bad, not too shabby. There we go. Bloop, bloop. There we go. Hey, another healing potion or healing drink. It's not too bad. That's good. That's pretty good. Here we go. There we go. Boom. Boom. 469. Four 72. Alright, come on, goblins. Help me out here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, speaking of 3, you got 3 experience. Nice. And there we go. One of them was a crit. Nice. Alright, drink time. Poke. Poke. And a poke. Yeah, there's a little smoke in my computer. Kind of get off. There we go. Alright, come on. Bloop. Bloop. Yeah, I think it is just much faster just to initiate the combat instead of just trying to wait for a sneak attack. Oh, 3 of them at once. Nice. That was actually really good. Man, this much is really hard to get off. Yeah. And I just made it worse. Almost 500. Almost a 500 experience. That's not bad. We actually just got back. And we're almost at 500s. There we go. Could be a little bit better. There we go. Yep, I got the smudge. Yeah, I'm hoping to actually end up getting a new computer at some point. I'm trying to save up for it, but it's a little bit money's a little bit tight right now. I do eventually want to end up getting, like, not like a super high NPC, but just kind of like a step of what I have now. I mean, I currently have an HP Pavilion, HP Pavilion gaming desktop with a NVIDIA 1650 Super, I think that's what it's called. You know, it's not the best. I mean, it gets by. I'm able to play Baldur's Gate, you know, with it, which is great. I got 16 gigs of RAM. Eventually, when it ends up upgrading to at least 32. You know, if I don't get a PC, I might. I'm thinking of just getting like a better memory stick. Excuse me. And it's doing a great job. You know, I've had this computer for about, let's say, 4-ish years, give or take. Like 4 or 5, like 4 or 5, give or take. And it's definitely been doing a lot of good work over the years. It is showing its age a little though. Hey, how's it going, Psycho? Do you hate hug roots? It sucks. It is it's horrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat. It is horrible. Hi, hope you have a fantastic night. Yes, Roots is horrible. I do not like Roots because they spend so much time on Tabby than developing any of the important characters. Well, I'm not saying that. I mean, technically Tabby isn't really important. I mean, she didn't even appear in GU until post-game. But I'm just saying, like, they should have just spent that time focusing on Haseo, Shino, and Ovan, and their stuff within the Twilight Brigade. Sakaki too. Yeah, they should have introduced like something involving Sakaki. You know, even if it's just like a little part, because Sakaki is an important part of, you know, the GU story. You know, whether you like him or not, whether you think he's a good villain or just kind of a ridiculous one. I mean, he is pretty important to the GU story, you know? Oh no, oh wait a minute. You said Sakisaka. Oh, excuse me. Did I say Sakaki? I'm thinking of the wrong character. Man, they got similar names. Yeah, Sakisaka. Yeah, I think Sakisaka just kind of was there. The animation quality was so awful. 100 PK climax of a show with dog shoots. It's the climax. Exactly. Like, the 100 PK battle should be an expression of Haseo's wrath and need for finding Triage. But no, it was very underwhelming, like the battle. And you could definitely tell that the team behind Roots did not really communicate too much with the games. Like, at least with Luminality, they were doing a separate narrative that sort of aligns with the events of the IMOC games, whereas Roots is meant to be a prequel to GU, and it doesn't even do that right. You know? I mean, I'm trying to think. Was there anything good from Roots? I'm really stretching to find something good about it. I kind of like the Ovan Grunty. I mean, he was pretty adorable. I also hate Haseo's character development and his level resets. I like the cat guy. Oh yeah, Philo. Philo is such a missed opportunity. You know, because they make it important in the GU story, but just kind of don't do much with him because he's not around, I would say, for in a physical sense. He's not around in the physical sense anymore, so. And as for Haseo's character development and his level gets reset, I would say, like, Haseo's character development in GU is great. Yes, he's a cocky asshole in the first game, but it's meant to show the contrast between what he was at the start and what he becomes later on. And I think without, like, showing us how arrogant Haseo is in the beginning, that we want to see Haseo do better. Like, we want to hate the guy, but we also want to see him get better, like, and learn from his mistakes, which he does throughout the narrative of GU. Roots, however, I'm sorry, he has no character in Roots. He's got no character development whatsoever. Because I'm not gonna blame his voice actor because he's only doing what he has, but he just sounds like he didn't want to be there. He just sounded so bored reading his lines. Roots characters. What guild should I join? Yeah, I did watch KeyToDarkness. No, not that would make no sense, Titan. Yeah, it's just like, let's see. What guild should I join? Should I join the Twilight Brigade? Should I join Tan? And that's it? No, I don't think so, Titan. I don't think, no. QB offers to bring Sheena back. Could be funny. Honestly, that probably would be funny. And honestly, if they were, you know, if somehow in the future they do a GU remake, I think that they should at least try to incorporate Roots a little bit. Like, get rid of all the fluff. Maybe put Tabby as a side character, not a main character. And then just kind of focus on the trio. And just kind of like connect the games a little better than what Roots trying to do, you know? Like, make Roots kind of obsolete. Look, the idea of a prequel to GU sounds great, you know, on paper, but the execution was just bad. Yes, exactly. So that's what I mean. Tabby isn't, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if I remember correctly, I did the Roots Abridged series a little bit. I only had 2 episodes. I kind of got burnt out on it, mostly because there wasn't a whole lot of people interacting with those types of videos. Like, maybe the first episode, yeah, but episode 2 didn't really do as well as I hoped. So I haven't really been doing that too much. But anyway, back to Roots. Tabby is in almost every single episode of Roots, if I recall. Like, even when she shouldn't be there, she's just there. And the focus is so much on her as if she is the main character. It is so weird how Tabby gets all that attention. And don't get me wrong, I think that she can have a good character, but she should not be the focus. Like, yeah, sometimes you need that, like, comedic, you know, character. I say comedic very loosely, but I think they wanted the show with Booba because they had no budget. I mean, you can kind of say the same with .hack.gu. I mean, have you seen Pi? I mean, come on. I don't think that's a Roots thing. I think that's just a, like, anime trope, just to have some voluptuous, beautiful women, you know? .hack, magic crossover must have been seen to believe it. Oh, Titan. Oh, Titan, my sweet old boy. You know, I'm not even going to explain that. Yeah, but Pi isn't in every quest. That is true, yeah. Pi is at least, like, her role is pretty important in GU. Whereas Tabby, she's in Tabby is in every single episode. Plus, Pi is the skippiest. Yep. It is just so, like, I kind of like her original design better. Like the, you know, the concept art. I kind of like her concept art outfit a lot better. Not to say that I don't appreciate a good, beautiful woman, but there's just something about the aesthetic design that really tells you a lot about a character. And maybe it's because they couldn't get, like, the model right, or perhaps, you know, it just didn't fit well aesthetically. I don't know, but no, really, why? Oh yeah, Pi is very strong. You know, she's a very strong, you know, tribal grappler. Like, she's able to throw a punch, and she would definitely knock some sense into some enemies. Yeah, that's why we like her. That's why we like Pi. You know, her her giant fists and her gauntlets. I don't know about that, Ivan. I don't know about that. I hate how Bordeaux is supposed to be pie. What? Hang on. Bordeaux, it's supposed to be pie? Bordeaux felt like she was being herself and not role-playing or pretending to act like how she... Okay, I'm gonna have to... Hang on, let me reread that properly. I hate how Bordeaux is supposed to be pie. I mean, they're two separate characters. They're not the same character. But, you know, maybe... Let me read that second part. Bordeaux felt like she was being herself and not role-playing or pretending to act like how her main guy wanted. Is that wrong? Oh no, Bordeaux and Pi are two entirely separate characters, played by two different characters. I think, you know, funny, I don't remember the actual name of Bordeaux's character, but, you know, like, Rei Kuseki is Pi. And yeah, like, Pi had a different character named Ender. Ender. Pi was Ender. You know, she had the same character model, but it was not Bordeaux. No, Ton, you're right. You're right. It is Ender. Yeah, Toraraya. Yeah, she was with him. Yeah, Pi and Bordeaux have the same character model, but it is not the same character. I know I know it is confusing because the setting is an MMO. You're bound to expect, like in the game says, you're bound to expect some players that have the same character model. You know. Ender is more disciplined. Saki Saka could not keep up with Ender. I don't know. Man, allergies, man. Allergies. But yeah. Yeah, Toraraya is the fat dude. No, come on. Yeah, there we go. I haven't seen Roots in over a decade for a reason. Honestly, I don't blame you. Roots is just a missed opportunity. It is just it's such a missed opportunity. It could have done so much to flesh out the trio. But no, they focused on a lot of the side characters, rather than the main characters who are supposed to be caring about, you know? Sign set the bar too high. I don't want to say Sign hit the bar too high. I think it was... like, they had more time to better flesh out the characters. Not to mention... Sign was not a... it kind of was a prequel to IMOG, but it didn't use any of the characters, you know, from, you know, IMOG. Well, maybe with the exception at the very end, with Bear and Balma. It's been a while since I've seen Sign, but, like, at the very end, maybe, not Bear, what is it called? Orca and Balmon, like at the very end, Helba, that sort of thing. But I think they had more time to work on Sign. Haseo's past got properly fleshed out. In the games, yes. Yes, Titan. In the games, Haseo's story did get fleshed out really well. I've heard about Balloon 5, I have never watched it. I don't know what it is, it's just kinda not my cup of tea, you know? I mean, I don't mind a little bit of sci-fi. I mean, heck, I'm kind of playing here. I won't fire spoilers for it. Oh, yeah, thank goodness, yeah. Because, you know, I might not be interested in it, but there might be some people who are, you know? But yeah, it's just like, Sign was such a good... It's not the best. There were some awkward moments, but there was a lot of heart that went into it. Like, it was... How do I describe this? Like, Dot Hack as a series, when it wants to portray mature themes, they do it with the respect it deserves. Like, they will tackle a theme that probably is unsettling. They won't outright say it, or if they're going to show it, it's very vague and very quick. And they do pay a lot of respect to the material. But yeah, I mentioned this. Oh god, here we go. Gotta read all that. Oh, come on. Let me just about yes, Titan. Let's see. Sign is my favorite anime of all time, so I'm by. Honestly, no, I don't blame you. Sign is really good. Like a lot of people love not Elk, Tsukasa. A lot of people like Tsukasa and Subaru, Bear, you know, those characters. Not much I would say about spoiling the Drake. Okay, thank you, Titan. Excuse me. Mimaru, that's it. That's it, Mimaru. That was the other character I was thinking of. Nope. Quantum is the best pace of the bunch. I don't know about that, Titan. It's been a while since I've seen Quantum, but I think it had a little bit of pacing issues too. Not to mention there was. There we go. Yeah, I think about if I recall, like Quantum had some pacing issues as well. Not too much, but being a 3-episode OVA, like it had its issues, and I kind of didn't like the main character, the kite clone. I don't remember her name. Yeah, Quantum felt. Yeah, I agree with you, Quantum. It felt too safe, too generic. You know, like. They reuse a lot of designs from GU. Like, you could see some, like, familiar characters, sort of, kind of. Yeah. If I recall, you saw Feros. You like, in there. Like, Feros the Third. Like, they reused a lot of designs. So, Kuya looks like... I have no idea. I have no idea who that is, Titan. I think the Twilight Bracelet is annoying because they ignored the manga... and made a dumb plot. Yeah, I mean, I think they should have stuck with the manga. I mean, I haven't seen the anime. I've read a little bit of the manga, so maybe I am a little bit biased for the manga, but I don't know. It's just, I think they could have done a lot better with that. Okay, I mean, kind of like the animation. You know, it looks cute. You know, it definitely looks kind of better than Roots. Yeah, that. There's a drama CD of Legend of Twilight Bracelet on YouTube. Oh, great! I'll probably. Okay, honestly, that would be nice to listen to. Because I'm always looking for like new stuff to talk about on the channel. Because the next video I'm working on is actually going to be the keyword system. So I'll put a poll up after that video goes up to see like what the next video would be, and I'll probably add that as a sort of like talking point. Oh hey, yeah, there's this thing, the Legend of the Twilight Bracelet, you know. Probably won't be a long video for that one, but if it does get chosen, yeah, just kind of like talk about it a little bit. And just, I hate how first person mode is stuck to the R2. Like, who goes into first person mode? I mean, I kind of did just to get images of the world, but still. Yeah, let's see. I'm really, you know, I know I keep saying this. I doubt it's going to happen, but I hope we hear something about Dot Hack within the Game Awards, you know? Just a sort of anything Dot Hack related, you know, to celebrate CyberConnect's 30th anniversary, you know? Blue. Hey, another tornado. Tornadoes are pretty cool. Boom. Boom. My expectations for 30th anniversary are more merch. Yeah. Realistically, it probably will be more merch. My hope is at least something .hack. You know, just like anything new, because at least here in the States, we didn't get Link, we didn't get Versus, we didn't even get some of the other OVAs. Like other dubbings and whatnot. Like, there's a lot of .hack stuff that we never got to experience out here in the West. And I think if they started, like, maybe, like, ports of Link or other games like that, like bring Versus over. Yeah, it might not age as well as other fighters, but put a fresh coat of paint on it, fix up the mechanics a bit, maybe add a new character or two if you're really feeling generous. I think it could work as a fun, like, one-time, kind of play, Versus are really boring to play. You get 90% experience watching, really? Oh, that's kind of sucks. Because all of the game looks fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Versus looks like a fun game to play. At least in my book. But, like, what would you describe it as in terms of, like, any comparison to another game? Like, what would it be more like, Yeah, dark days between the year of quantum, a nice time, at least. Rebellion story. Well, I mean, like I said, it was just kind of like as a dot hack YouTuber, I gotta hope for these things, because look, the day that happens, like I'm gonna be one of the first ones to make a video about it. Probably not the first one. I think Dot Hack Network is usually up to date faster than I am with making videos, but I mean, I think, just give my reaction to, like, these sort of things, I think it would be really nice. I mean, there's still plenty of things to talk about with Dot Hack, but eventually I will run out of material. And I'll have to figure something out. Ooh, excuse me, wow. Versus is probably more fun multiplayer. It's just the generic arena fighter, like Jump Force? Oh, okay, yeah. Any comparison to Jump Force. Yeah, I did play that, but it seems from I played Jump Force when it came out. I was so disappointed in that. Now, granted, I didn't think, like, going into this, I didn't think it was going to be great. I mean, the character models in Jump Force just look really ugly and out of place, and they clash with the various art styles of the other characters from other series. Like, the mix match didn't work out. I mean, when you got into the gameplay, it was fine. It was kind of like a Xenoverse light, like how it's played, like Jump Force. But it just felt clunky. Like, it just felt very clunky. I don't know how it is now. I don't think it's being supported anymore, but and I did mention crossover related. Yes, you did, Titan. Yes, you did. Oh boy, here we go. Versus is better than Jump Force, but the character roster from Dot Hack should have been bigger. Either give it a redux or a sequel, or give us. Of course you would mention Madoka Magica Titan. Of course you would. But yeah, I just like to pull it back thing. I do hope I want them to bring over some of these other Dot Hack games. Like modernize it a bit, just kind of polish it up. Master Chief beating Naruto. What are you talking about, Titan? Master Chief fighting Naruto? I don't think Master Chief is in Jump Force. I'm pretty sure he's not in Jump Force, so I don't even know what you're talking about that. I think it's also not fun to play. The combat is very mobile game centered. I will slightly disagree with that, that statement there, Psycho. I have been recently playing through Dot Hack Link. I'm enjoying the combat to an extent, mostly because I have tweaked the controls a little bit to where I can move the camera with my other thumbstick, instead of just having to use my D-pad. I think that makes a world of difference, So, like, if you're playing through emulation, you're backing up your game, like Special Balls, and just kind of playing it through emulation, being able to keybind, I think Link is a lot better, because you don't have that clunkiness and trying to use your D-pad for, just kind of, using it. And I think, like, the weakest part is probably the story. Link's story is not all that great. I can't stand Tanner's time in attack. But you know what? That is entirely fair. It is absolutely ridiculous. But you gotta admit, it's pretty funny. Like, juggling these characters back and forth with like, it's ridiculous. But it's funny. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I sort of don't like it either. But I can't just help but find humor in it, I wish that, they would go back to the whole Rengeki, like, proper Rengeki system, but, who knows? I also thought Bear's voice in Link. I thought it was a new actor, but it's the same. But it's the same. He just stopped trying. I mean, I probably don't blame him because think of it this way: Link is an anthology title. You know, it's one of those games where it's meant to recap the story in, I guess, quote-unquote celebration of the .hack series, but kind of fumbles it by including Tokyo within all those narratives where he really shouldn't be. And they even butchered the story of some of the .hack games like GU. I also don't like the characters well either. Why give Mimiru a ponytail? Wait, she had a ponytail? I honestly didn't notice that she had a ponytail. Because here's the thing. I honestly did not notice that she had a ponytail. I will say though, like one of my favorite things about Link is the different weapons that you can equip. And I say that very loosely, like the joke weapons. Giving Mimiru a giant banana to fight enemies with, you know, that's funny to me. You know, and just give like Tokyo frying pans as dual blades. Or not frying pans, yeah, frying pans. It just got, I only got 2 or 3 missions into Link before I stopped. I would say I'm not going to say it gets entirely better, because there is the issue that even if you're just going through, you're not doing any sort of level grinding, you're not getting too many virus cores, the game is very easy. Because you will at least be maybe 1 level over, you know, the requirements, like just going through the story and everything. Like, and even when you're not, like you do have to get a little bit of grinding, it's not really that difficult. Silver Knight co-op attacks or some of the cutscenes are making them Subaru-sama! Yes! Honestly, I think that's one of my favorite things about Link. It is the combo attacks. There are so many combo attacks. And Sugo, do you mind spoilers, like in terms of like the unlockable characters? Like that, because there is something, like there are a few characters that honestly are pretty interesting to have as a party member that I think you might like. So, as long as you don't mind a little bit spoilers of the character roster. Yeah, spoiler like I'm not finished it. Oh, that's fair. So, when you finish the game, there are several unlockable characters that you could use. One of them is the Beast of Apocalypse Haseo from the trilogy movie. You could have the Beast Mode Haseo fight alongside you, and he wrecks house. And his ultimate, and his crossbow Geki skill, it's both hilarious and actually kind of awesome. Like, a lot of the combination attacks are just so good, but I love the Beast of Apocalypse Haseo. I think he's probably one of my favorites characters to have alongside me because it's just so cool. I love the design of it. Nice, I'll check out that one later. Yeah, there's also, I think Kubia from one of the side stories of .hack. I don't remember which one, but I think it might be one of the non-canon ones. But yeah, Kubia. Like you could have Kubia as a human party member. Funny enough. There's also Sakaki. I don't know if you can have Oban in the party. I don't think so. Then you've got the Beyond the World characters. I don't remember their name. They're the Kite Orca and Balma and Reskins. Oh, wait a minute. Her name was Sora. That's it. Like, the Kite's stand-in. His name's Sora. But still, you got the Beyond the World characters. Let me see here. Of course, you got the horror games. You got GU. I'm trying to think what else. There's a lot of side characters from some of the smaller projects. I just can't for the life of me remember their names. I think there's like 30 different characters that you can have as a potential party member. And especially, each one of them also gets a unique job extension. Like, not only does Tokyo get a job extension, which honestly, it looks ridiculous. I don't like Tokyo's job extension. AI Buster, I heard. I think AI Buster's in it too. I just don't remember the characters involved. Yeah. I think AI Buster is a scenario you could go through in Link. Let me see. I'm just trying to think. But yeah, every character gets a job extension that changes their appearance, and I think also changes their cross-run Geki animation. I could be wrong about that one. Either they need better friendship to change the animation, or you need job extension for them. But every character gets a unique job extension. Kite, instead of getting dual blades, he gets a nice bow that he could use. Haseo's got, like, his X form, but his X form also has wings, like the blade wings, that I think we're missing from GU, which aesthetically, that looked awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to think, like, who else got... I think Bibiru's job extension made her look more like a rabbit, like rabbit ears, and just kind of like more... I don't know, it's kind of odd, but if I remember correctly, it has been quite some time. But some of the designs of the job extensions looked really, really nice. Oh yeah, Syllabus is in the game. Sakaki, like I said. Trying to think. Rabbit Mimiru sounds nice. Yeah, there's a lot of... Well, there's a lot of characters within it. Alcade, I believe, is in the game. I hope Gaspard... Yeah, Gaspard I don't think is. I don't think... Gaspard doesn't like fighting anyway, so there's really no loss with that. But, let's see here. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Gaspard is not. Then you got, Mistral. Mistral's in the game. Let's see, you got Tsukasa, you got, I think Elk is in the game? Don't quote me on that one. Let's see. Of course, Silver Knights. Mimuru. I want to say Bear, but I could be wrong on that too. I know he's in the story, but I don't think he's a playable character. I know Orca is. Orca, Balmon, Kite. Krim? I know Krim is in the game. I don't know if he's a party member. I know he's in the game from the Sign era, but I don't know if he's a playable character. I never actually got to unlock him, if he was, you know? I'm trying to think. Now I gotta think about what characters were what. Hey, Dude J, how's it going? I hope you have a fantastic night. Welcome, welcome. We're talking a little bit about Dot Hack Link. And we're to talk about the various characters that are in the game. Let's see. I really gotta think about what characters are in Syllabus. Because I actually did a video on Link, and hey, after the stream, you should go check out the Dot Hack Link video to get my thoughts on it. But yeah, there's a lot of good things about Link. It's not the best game. I will say the story is its weakest element because not only is it retelling a lot of the original tales, but they butcher some of the scenes. Like in Link, in the GU era, during the scene where Haseo gets overtaken by Skate, you know, and just kind of corrupted, instead of having to worry about oh, Entrance. Yes, I think Entrance is in the game too. Yes. Yeah, Entrance. Yes, I think Entrance is in the game too, and it's hilarious. He is still the elegant flower guy in the game. It's kind of hilarious, like his crossing Gekis. I mean, I think even Tokyo is just get a little bit blushing with him. I'm definitely feeling fantastic because guess what? I enjoyed the Alliance of Phantasy Star Online too. Awesome! Awesome! All the members there were nothing but nice to me. That is so cool, my dude. You know, just being able to find like a group that you can just have fun in the game with, and they're nice about it. I'm definitely feel like I'm living a dream. Especially like Phantasy Star 2 is one of the older games, right? So it is nice to see like those old titles like still have a small and dedicated community that you can enjoy with, you know? It is so... I'm so happy for you, dude. You know, I'm really glad you're able to find, like, a alliance. That is so awesome. Yeah. I don't really do too many alliance or, like, guild type of things in MMOs. Mostly because I'm terrible at upholding the quotas in guilds. The server is definitely filled with nothing but veteran players. That is cool. Let's see. Venezuela Online 2 got. Oh, it got an update. Neat. New something. They updated the combat to be newer. Ooh, that is pretty cool. Not really. Titan, that is a very delayed message. No, really, Master Chief. As far as I'm aware, Master Chief is not in. As far as I'm aware, Master Chief is not a Jump Force. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Let me read the rest of it. How is that lore accurate? Are we thinking about the same character? Master Chief from Halo fighting Naruto. I am pretty sure that he's not in Jump Force, and I don't think it's lore accurate. Not as lore accurate as Master Chief fighting Doom guy from the Doom games. Can we use it? I don't even know what to say to that, Titan. You broke my brain. Congratulations. Fantasy Star Online through new generations. The coolest features about the game. Then you can play the old. Nice. Oh, I love it when the game, like the developers, give you like that option. Oh, the Master Chief mod. Okay, I didn't know it was a mod. I honestly didn't know that there was a mod for Jump Force. Okay, that explains it. Okay. Death Battle did have Master Chief and Doom Guy Trial. I know Death Battle did, but Jump Force... Jump Force, I didn't think had a Master Chief. Okay, but if it's a mod, that makes a lot more sense. Boy. And we're getting close to that 1,000 marker. I'm mainly play base because I don't want to invest a bit more into the new generation. That's pretty fair. I mean, sometimes you just want to stick with the classics, you know? And it's good that you have that option between the old and the new. A lot of game companies would only allow you to play the new version of the game. I'm thinking like Warcraft 3 Reforged or something like that. You couldn't play the original version. You just had to stick with the older version. Or not the older version, the newer version, which kind of sucks, but still, I'm glad that you have that option to do one or the other. Like, not many companies would do that. Alright, I need to take a drink. My throat's getting a little bit dry. Boop, boop. Ow, how dare you? How dare you hit me? 605 experience. The problem is that they fractured the player base into two, and then half the player leaves because one side gets more popular. Yeah, that is true. But then again, you know, as long as people are enjoying, like, as long as the option is there for both versions, I don't think it's that much of an issue. It's only when they make you play the newer version without giving you the way to go back to the classic. I think that is where my issue lies. Because, well, I never played the Reforged. I think I might have played Warcraft 3 Original, like at some point during my time, because I know I played a lot of like StarCraft. That's another Blizzard game, which is, you know, fairly similar if I recall. But I definitely didn't play Reforged, or I think that's what it's called. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think, as far as I'm aware, I'm too low IQ for a real-time strategy game. You know what? That is fair. I am not exactly the brightest crayon in the tool shed, so you're not alone on that. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, does this have the higher HP, or is this higher attack? I'll send them out. Oh, can this transport? I'll just put all my guys into one thing and we'll just storm a heavily armed place. You look pretty bright, almost Simpson yellow. Oh, well, thank you about that. Hang on, which Simpson? This is a very important question. Which Simpson? I mean, a lot of the Simpsons characters aren't exactly very smart. There's okay, Bart. Okay, Bart's pretty smart. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Bart can be pretty smart. He gets away with a lot of mischief. I'm just as smart as Bart Simpson. Although he can have his dumb moments too. I don't think he has as many dumb moments as some of the other characters in the series. Bloop, bloop. 826. That is pretty amazing. And I'm definitely gonna have to get more return feathers and chim-chims here before the next stream. Because we are definitely coming close to this level up, and we would be sub 15,000 experience. Can you believe that? Sub 15,000. We are definitely getting up there. Do you like Zelkova? Oh yeah, I like Zelkova as a character. I always like Flick Reapers and GU. Like, it might be the edgelord in me, you know, saying this, but I do love scythe using classes. And just hitting area of effect damage and everything. Beeboo! Hello! I've heard the name of my favorite character. You know what? That is awesome. Hey Beeboo, I hope you have a fantastic day. We're talking about Zelkova and how one of my favorite classes in GU is in fact the Flick Reaper. Zelkova! Yes! Zelkova is amazing. These games make scythe so cool. Absolutely! Like, the scythe design are just so amazing. Like, look, weapon specialists and me, scythes are not very practical. They're not meant for combat, but you gotta admit, video games make it cool. Like, especially this game. Like, the designs of the scythes, the way they get hit pretty much all around you. Hello, though. Hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you're having an even better day, Boo-Boo. It's good to have you here. You know, we're just talking about Don Hack a little bit. We're talking about designs of weapons. You know, the weapon designs I think are better than the character designs. I would say for the most part, yes. There are some character designs that are a little bit weird. I mean, just hey, no, you know, Wobble and Chainsaw Sword. Hey, the Chainsaw Sword is pretty cool. But I want you to take a look at Haseo's character design. It's when we're talking about character designs. How many belts do you think Haseo has? Like, guys in the chat, how many belts do you think he has? I'll tell you the exact number. 10 belts? No, that's far. Nope, that is too low. That is too low, Towden. Good try though. 22? That is still too low. Sugo. That is still too low. Titan, if 10 belts... Titan, if 10 wasn't enough, what makes you think 5 was? I like guessing jelly bean. It's like guessing jelly beans in the jar. Yes! Pie's design might be my least favorite. You know what? I don't blame you for that. We got 30? No, 30 is still too low. 35, still too low. Yeah, 35 belts, still too low. Because it's cool. Oh, Titan. Never change. 42? You're getting there, but it's still too low. Yep, it's still too low. Yep. 49? You're getting close, but still too low. There's no way there's like 50 belts. Okay, 55 is a little bit too high. So, I would say since you went over the belt, 52 belts. I am not going to forget that number. 52 belts on Haseo's character design. It is crazy how many belts this guy has. It makes... like, why does someone need so many belts? With that many belts, I'm surprised he's not a Casper Guilty Gear. I agree. Sigh. 52. Yes, first form. It's just first form. I didn't even count second form or... I don't even think he has any belts in his third or fourth form. But, yeah, just his first form alone is 52 or so belts. It is a lot. It is a lot of belts. You can even just look at his design. Like, we'll have to do a double count, but I'm pretty sure it was 52 belts. Batman vs. Batman with 28 belts? I don't know. It's like, Haseo has so many belts on his person. It is so crazy. Like, he's got like 20 belts on each leg. He's got like his chest belts. He's got his neck belts. Is this character the only Haseo with tattoo stripes on his face? I know they changed with forms. I'm trying to think. I think Haseo might be the only one. No, Poon has, I think, like, I don't want to say teardrop tattoos, but he's got wave marks on his face, I believe. I have to look at the character designs again. I know Haseo has his wave marks that change when he changes classes. And I think Poon also has wave marks. Technically, Yada has wave marks if you count his shiny head and the tattoos on his head. I like stripes and circles and signs. I love that for tattoos. Celtic influence. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Celtic influence in the original sets of games. It's actually kind of nice to see the influence. His fifth form kind of looks like it'd been great for Castlevania crossover. I mean, he looks like Belmont in that form. Sort of does, but I would say, it's kind of funny to think about Haseo's fifth form, because what happened? He took Kirito's jackets, and he looks a lot cooler in it. It's so funny. Like, it looks like Haseo took Kirito's jacket, he tattooed Ida on his chest, and I don't know, I kind of don't like it as much as his final form, because his final form, or X form, excuse me, his X form kind of symbolized his growth, that he went from being this dark and edgy, broody brat to an actual human being with that knows consequences of and actions and consequences, and wanting to put his friends first. You know, like, you can definitely see with the character designs. Yeah, I don't mind the character design for the fifth form. I think it's kind of unnecessary. Let's see, or could give Haseo a Crucible Sword, but I mean, yeah, honestly, that would look pretty cool. Mod Chim Chims into Cube. Yes, we need more dot hack mods for this game or other games. We need more dot hack anything mods. If there's any modders out there in the future that's watching this over, please make a dot hack mod for anything. I think it'll be fun to have it. Alright, here we go. So, as we're going to be playing in the next few minutes, so let's try to get as much experience as we can. 883, so not bad. Not bad. So, we are definitely getting a lot of experience really fast. 886. Womp. Womp, 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 womp. Ah, that's right. That's right. Boop. Boop. Alright, we can definitely get to 290 with this. Haseo with the Crucible Sword, anyone? Honestly, yeah, I think Haseo would look pretty cool with the Crucible Sword, not gonna lie. Alright, return feather! We have to use the return feather! Haseo, 100 Demon PK. Yes! We need a proper Haseo versus 100 PKs. Like, we need a proper recreation of that battle. Something that is similar to, like, kind of how the battle was portrayed in GU Trilogy. Not that battle, but kind of how the PK battle was at the beginning of the GU Trilogy. Put it in that animation, and I think the 100 PK battle would just be so awesome to watch. Bloop, and bloop. Alright, maybe we can get to 900 before the stream goes on its second break. Yeah, I was going to say, didn't GU Trilogy kind of show it some? It showed the battle between... I don't even think it was Bordeaux, now that I think about it. I think it just might have been some random PKs. But the animation of GU Trilogy is just so good. Watch the whole thing, only watch it once. Honestly, dude, like, the animation for Trilogy is so good. Like, it is so clean. Like, I mean, some of it can be a little bit goofy, not gonna lie. But, I mean, like, and the story is kind of all over the place. I think Bordeaux was in it. Yeah, I don't think she was a prominent character. I think she was just there from the beginning. In fact, there's a lot of characters missing from GU Trilogy, and a lot of plot points that got skipped over. Alright guys, we're gonna be heading on a break here in just a few moments. Go ahead and get yourself a snack and a nice little drink. And we'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back, guys. Alright, we are back with more GU. Let's go ahead and catch you guys up. I think Bordeaux was in it. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Let's see, what was it? Your fanfic? No. None of that. Did Yick. I still don't know what that is, Titan. You've been saying that for months now, and I have no idea what a yick is. Hey, boop. Bloop. Bloop. Sukahime. Titan, now you're just saying random names. I don't know the context. What's the context of these names? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. It's a cool visual novel. Okay, all right. Okay, that at least it gave me a little bit more context, but still, you know, still. Alright, come on, let's get all three of them. Nope. Hey, 2 tornadoes. That's pretty neat. Alright, we're almost done. We just need 81 more experience, and then we're pretty much done with this level up. And then we got 15 more levels left. What other story? What? I can't even read. What other what if stories for Dot Hack can we come up with? I've got one in mind, but I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, as I really want to put it into video format. You know? All I would say is it does involve Ida from GU. A Dot Hack from a crossover with? I have no idea. The only Yuri fanfics I know are WLW, aka Woman Loves Women, aka yeah, aka you and your wife. Wow, I bet you and your wife, Boo, make a wonderful story. Like, I'm sure there's a wonderful story about you and your wife. You know, it's something that transcends reality. You know, it is a fantastic love story between you two. Honestly, I think that would be a bestseller. Oh, I can't stop doing that. Dot Hack, dude. Honestly, not okay. Hang on, dude. I know your crossover things are not always the best, Titan, but I think that would be pretty cool. Dot Hack in the form of Doomslayer. That would be kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And you mean New York's bestseller? I can't even. Goblin, get over here! New York's bestseller. That's the time that's going to be. Get your buddy right there. Wait, you're cooking. Both me and my wife are artists. You could, Bibu. You definitely should. Honestly, just kind of like draw the story of you and your wife. You know. I know a lot of couples actually do that, where they just kind of like do small snippets into their lives, like how each other interacts, you know, how each other like get the good moments, the silly moments. Honestly, I would love to see that, like in a sort of like mini comic strip form. I think a lot of people would love that. I say go for it, Bibu. You know, hey, that would be a fun activity for you and your wife to do. Our dynamic is also kind of funny. I bake, but I can't cook for the life of me. She cooks, we can't. You know what, Bibu? You and your wife complement each other. That's such a beautiful thing. You might not be able to bake or cook between the two of you, but together you could do both. And that is so inspirational. Yeah. So yeah, I say, hey, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, draw the story of the wife of your life. No, wife of your life. Oh man, honestly, I think that'd be fun. Like, especially if you release it on like something like Valentine's Day. On the topic of crossovers, I want to Dot Hack crossover with Yokai Star Rail. I have not played that game yet, but it looks fun. I know it's from the same people that did Genshin Impact. Well, I guess it's true what the opposites do attract. Exactly. Like, everyone has someone. Like, you might not notice or might not find that someone right away, but everyone's got someone, whether it be friends, family, lover, you know, you guys are not alone. You always got someone. And I do hope that if you do find that special someone, that it is the best, you have the best moments, have the best experience of your lives, you know, you have, oh, excuse me, and you make it a good one. I really enjoyed their turn-based mechanics. Oh, it's turn-based. Oh, I love turn-based games. Like, I grew up with things like Final Fantasy, like classic Final Fantasy, so turn-based is right up my jam. So I might actually have to check it out at some point. Hong Kong Star Rail. Okay, so that's what's going. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out at some point. Another game that I've actually been kind of enjoying. It's a mobile release. It's called. Have any of you guys heard of the MMO? It's for mobile. Tree of Savior Neo. Because it's a MMO. It's kind of like fantasy MMO. I wouldn't necessarily say it's generic, but it's like anime generic. But it is also pretty fun. I've been playing it for about, not sponsored by the way. I've also been playing it for about 6 days, give or take, almost a week. A friend of mine actually got me into it, and yeah, it's just I think it's pretty neat. Like there's a lot going on with it, so there's a lot that goes into that thing, but you can, like, it's kind of similar to Final Fantasy XIV in a way where you have like your jobs. Granted, you can't really switch between jobs, but you do have an option for life jobs, you know, like alchemist and actually, I didn't explore. No, chef, alchemist, chef, you know, that sort of thing. And it's a relatively new game. I think it came out this year? If I recall, like, Tree of Savior Neo, I think, came out this year, like, in July. So it's a relatively new MMO. And honestly, I do kind of get a little bit of dot hack vibes from it. Maybe not entirely, because there is no keyword system. But I don't know, it's just like a cozy MMO, you know? And you can also get some cute animals to, you know, to fight with you. I think it'll be worth the look into if you guys like MMOs. I mean, heck, you like the Dot Hack series, you like MMO-like games. Oh, oh. Ah, Gatorade time. The only thing that's missing is PK, and yeah. Yeah. I mean, in terms of, like, Tree of Savior, I mean, there is a PvP mode, but I don't know if I would like actual PKing in the overworld. Because think about it, like, PKing is essentially you're griefing other players. And I think a game would die pretty fast if there wasn't any sort of PvP toggle, or, like non-PvP areas, you know? Because while in the universe of Dot Hack, PvP is more or less, it is rampant and it's very bad, but the game is still functional for the most part. Whereas in an actual MMO setting, I don't know if games would have like PvP free zones, you know? Woo. Boom. 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 There we go. Almost done. Let's see, so one more dungeon run and then we'll be able to finish up tonight. Nice. Nice. Yeah, 985. Let's do this. Boom. Let's go ahead and defeat these monsters. Downstairs. Boop. Boop. There we go. Alright, so one more dungeon run after this one. And then we hit level 35. 991. Oh, no, I didn't want to use the fairy orb! Ah, stick drift. I hate it. I just wasted a whole fairy orb. Ah, that sucks. Alright, one more dungeon run. Yeah, stick drift, yes. It's not even, like, it'd be one thing if it was the right stick. I could probably handle the right stick not having too good, what am I saying? Having stick drift. It's the left stick. Because that's what involves movement. That's what I use the most. And it's the one that, of course, has the stick drift. I tried taking apart my controller, but I couldn't get to the actual mechanism for, where the stick is. So I wasted about 2 hours trying to unscrew the thing just to be, like, stuck on it, you know? I'm going to have to resort to getting a new controller, which kind of sucks because this one, like, Xbox controllers are not cheap. Like, especially now. I think they raised the prices on even the older controllers. It's crazy, like, the price gouging like these companies are doing. Level 35, let's go! We're level 35 now! Let's do this! Let's go, level 35. We need 15 more levels. We're getting close, guys and gals. Boop. And at some point, I'm going to have to see if there's a level 35 weapon. Because I know at some point we can get... That's actually a huge slide. Yes, it is. Like, we are sub 15,000 experience now. Give or take 15 streams left. Which is crazy to me. Because if we could do a final push for the last 2 levels, so let's just say 14 streams, give or take. 14 streams left of this, which is, it seems like a lot, but it really isn't. And I'm surprised we are coming close to the end. It is crazy to me how many goblins we're slaying. Yeah, after we finish this stream, I'm gonna post the results on Twitter because I haven't really been updating this challenge publicly. So I just want to go ahead and, like, get it out there so that way people know, hey, we're doing this challenge, you know? Come join us for conversations. You know, have fun, have cake. You have to bring your own cake, though. Alright, here we go. Open says me, and I definitely need to farm for more chims and return feathers because I don't think we're gonna have enough starting the first, not the first, like, level 36, so let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Come on. At least we're gonna start off with at least 24 experience. So we might be able to finish next time's level in a little bit shorter time. Because we started this leveling with 1 experience. Starting with 24, it's going to save us a little bit of time. Yeah, 24. I was right. I was right. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. One more return feather. So what we're going to do, we're going to save. We're going to go ahead and update the stats. And before we end the stream, we are going to count how many belts Haseo has. I counted 52 last time. So we're going to double check and see if that number's right. There we go. So let's update this information now. Let's see here. So we are now at 59, 56. So coming close to 60 hours. That is crazy. 56, 28. Alright. And then the experience needed is 14,000. So why not have 24? I think that is 76. And then let's do some calculations. Let's do the calculator, so that way we can see how much battles we need. So we're sub 15,000 now, which is crazy. Divided by 3. We are less than 5,000 battles away. We are under 5,000 battles. That is crazy. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. So we need about 4,992 more battles. That is pretty good, I must say. And before we end the stream, we need to count how many belts Haseo has. But let me switch to my Twitch real quick so that way I can be ready for when I do the raid. Okay, let's count how many belts Haseo has. So, give me 1 second, guys. Gotta switch over some things. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can find a good... okay. Oh, okay. So, let me just... Fine. Alright. Alright, let's count how many belts Haseo has. So, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 5 on each shin. So that's 10 belts right there. Then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So 6. So right now he's got 16. 7, 8. Now for the arms. Haseo, hang on. Move your arms. Okay, so hang on. So each arm. So he's got. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. So, stop it, Haseo. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Haseo, stop moving your arms. Okay, so that'll have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 on each arm. So 10 belts on each arm. So there is 20, 30, 6, 8, 9, 10, or 9, 10, 40. Or no, excuse me. 30. So 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. I'm missing some belts. Why did I think there was 50 some belts? I swear there was more belts in this. Hang on. 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there is 12 on each arm. So there's 24, 34. Does the legs have more belts? Okay, so there's 10 on the shins. There is 34, 40, 1, 2, 42. So there's 6 on his chest, so 46. And then there is 48. Okay, I was off by a little bit. So there's now 48 belts. Hang on, let's check the back. Doesn't seem like there's any belts on his back or back of his shoes or anything. So 48. I was a little bit off. I thought it was 52, but there's actually 48 belts. Haseo has 48 belts on his person. That's crazy. Like, his first form, 48 belts. That's pretty excessive. Alright, friends. So, before we end the stream here today, let's go ahead and find someone to raid. Let me see here. Who are we going to raid here tonight? Let's go ahead and raid Nymoria VT. they're playing Hollow Knight Silksong. Ooh, they're playing Silksong. All right, that is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and give them some love, some attention. So friends, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button. It's absolutely free. You can also head to our Discord, which I'll put in the chats here in just 1 second. There you go. Let's see. Discord. Yep, you can head to our Discord where you'll be notified of when we go live, when we do this and that. You can participate in Free Stream Friday, where you get to choose which games we play for Friday. I'm also a Dot Hack YouTuber. I do Dot Hack topics or Dot Hack people. Yeah, bye, Bibu. I hope you have yourself a wonderful night, and keep that idea in mind. Keep the art idea in mind for you and your wife. I think she'll love it. And so, friends, I hope all of you stay classy, stay beautiful, but most importantly, have yourselves a wonderful night.